What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video. Gary Gensler has responded to Brad Garlinghouse, calling him out for regulating by enforcement, a new Ripple partner, and then I want to talk to you about a unified distributed ledger that eventually I believe all central banks will transact through. Let's hop right into it. Oh, also, by the way, thanks for the support on the channel. Videos are going great, and it just motivates me to make more videos, so shout out to you guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a good weekend. So first off, guys, crypto company behind Tether used falsified documents and shell companies to get bank accounts. If you didn't know, Tether is the biggest stablecoin in crypto by far. If Tether goes down, it's terrible for the crypto markets. And this is from Wall Street Journal. So just bringing you your daily source of FUD. If you guys use Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter. I love talking to you. And if you need an exchange to buy XRP, I use Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. It's where I buy my XRP every single day. So check out Uphold in the video description below. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. A few of you already did on Twitter. Comment in the video description below. California wants to give $360,000 to each African-American person in the state for reparations. Do you think this is a good idea? Does this make sense? Race aside, I think there's a lot of moving variables here, and I saw this headline, and I thought this was just absolutely wild. When you give people free money, they usually don't tend to value it. New Ripple partnership. Ripple-based remittances now available to 54 million new customers. BexPay, a Ripple user, has now announced yet another partnership bringing Ripple remittance services to over 54 Latin American users. BexPay will now be in charge of transactions made through NewPay, Nubank's online e-commerce payment system. This means that BexPay will act as a payment intermediary for Nubank's 54 million customers. Guys, it was just a month ago that we saw MSF Africa. This is like the PayPal of Africa, the biggest mobile payment provider in Africa, and that's a big continent. Now we have Nubank, 54 million new customers. And how many more headlines could I go back and make a 20-minute video on Ripple clients with tons of customers being signed up amidst the market downtrend and this lawsuit? Outside of the USA, people don't care. The SEC has no jurisdiction out there, and this is another example that Ripple is truly going to succeed. You cannot be denied. As always, guys, I give away $10 in XRP on the channel every single day. If you want to enter the giveaway, just like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. Next story. Gary Gensler slapping back at Brad Garlinghouse. Take a listen.
Raising money from the public and the...
What one particular builder in the ecosystem, the Ripple founder, had to say a little bit earlier, if you could just take a listen.
The SEC is kind of playing offense and attacking the whole industry. This is not a healthy way to regulate an industry. Your regulation through enforcement, as opposed to what we're seeing in other countries where they're doing the work, right? They're codifying, they're creating a framework that allows an industry to grow while protecting consumers. And I think that's really what the U.S. is lagging.
Now, Chair Gensler, I'm pretty sure you might say, well, look, a founder in that sort of business might be saying this, but what about some of these players? We've spoken to many who've perhaps been part of previous administrations who are now, advisors to some of these companies and worried a little bit about the holistic nature of really trying to regulate and worried that it is more about enforcement rather than the rules of the road at the moment.
Caroline, there's nothing incompatible crypto and our securities laws. Our securities laws were brought about to protect the investing public against fraud and schemes and manipulation. And it was through this idea of full, fair, and truthful disclosure, registering with the SEC when you're raising money from the public and the public's anticipating a profit. It's pretty straightforward, actually common sense approach to helping the public in investing. So this broad field, we have one goal at the SEC is for them to come into compliance, whether it's the tokens, that's basically people raising money or offering these tokens. And it's also what I'll call the storefronts, but they can call themselves crypto exchanges or lending or staking as a service or other intermediaries to come into compliance and ensure that they don't mislead the public, but also that they don't commingle the funds, they don't take the public's funds and do things we just don't allow in our financial markets. We don't allow the New York Stock Exchange to also play with the customer's funds and make markets, run a hedge fund, run a dealer. be in the clearing business. We separate out those conflicts.
Mr. Gensler, thank you.
How can this guy be serious? Talking about wanting to protect investors, and how did he miss the FTX meltdown that recently was revealed? $9 billion of customer funds lost. And then when they slammed Ripple with this lawsuit, every XRP holder got wrecked, right, in the short term. Kind of recovered now. But how can he talk about protecting investors when he's taking actions against one of the most legitimate companies in the space? And guys, if you want to know when the crypto bull market comes back, take a look at this. This is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Grayscale is the largest institutional holder of Bitcoin. Right now, if you're institutional money and you have lots of millions, you can buy a Bitcoin for a 44% discount. You see that? Now, it wasn't always like this. If we look at the full chart, back in 2019, 2020, it was actually a premium, right? During this time, this is when the bull market was. Why? Because why would you pay 20% more for a Bitcoin when you can just buy it on the spot market? Now, tables have turned. And there's a lot of reasons to speculate on why tables have turned, but you could get a Bitcoin for almost half price. So there's no reason for these big whales to be buying Bitcoin off the spot market. Yes, the market's been good the past 2 months, but the market can't go down forever. We're seeing a short-term relief rally, and I do believe we will see lower lows this year. So keep an eye on the Grayscale GBTC discount, all right? The discount to net asset value is negative 44%. When this goes back up into the positive, I do believe we see a bull market. Let me know if you guys knew this. This was news to me. The judge who worked on 9/11, and I don't want to say this word because I'm scared, YouTube, they are kind of weird about stuff like that. I didn't know these two judges in the Ripple lawsuit were also the ones that were involved and ruled on these two massive situations. Very interesting fact. Just thought you guys might want to know that. A unified XRP ledger, guys. Take a listen. Oops. Pardon me. Jeez. Pardon me. So this is Augustin Carstens. He's from the Bank of International Settlements, and he's not just anybody. He's the head of the Bank of International Settlements. 801 XRP says he is telling you this unified ledger they're working on is to put everything on it like apps on a phone. Tokenizing them could make selling assets faster and cheaper. Faster and cheaper. Sounds like XRP. And more transparent, and make delayed settlements of different stocks, bonds, and foreign exchange things of the past. I'm not going to play the full clip. I'm just going to play the important part.
In compliance and increasing transparency. Compliance costs are large, but by using tokenized deposits and smart contracts, costs would fall, making payments more efficient. This would facilitate inclusion. Another example would be the process of escrow for buying a house. Escrow accounts secure the funds provided by the buyer until the conditions of a real estate contract are fulfilled. As escrow accounts are usually handled by a third party, the escrow process involves the transfer of funds across different accounts, often at different banks. Using a smart contract, the escrow process could be automated by locking the respective funds in the buyer's account. Once the escrow process is concluded, the smart contract transfers the money to the seller automatically, and instant settlement is achieved via digital central bank money. By relying on the same institutional structure and using the same trusted settlement asset as in today's system, the singleness of money is preserved.
So he talks about something I've mentioned a lot in the past, an international central bank that will unite all global trade flows. I'm not going to play the rest of this video because this guy's really boring to look at and listen to, but he goes on to talk about how this new unified ledger will be able to provide transparency, security, and more equality for the financial markets. Don't forget, guys, one of the biggest things that Ripple talks about all the time, this is from their website, global collaboration for a more equitable, sustainable, and inclusive economy. How kind. I bring this up to tell you that these guys are on the same page. Now, whether the XRP ledger and these federated sidechains and this private CBDC ledger are used, no one knows. We can only speculate. But I think Ripple, out of all the blockchain companies, has the biggest competitive advantage. They've been working at this for 10 years. They've made massive progress, and I don't see this lawsuit slowing them down at all. As always, guys, if you want $41 guaranteed, sign up with Webull, deposit a penny. You could get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Now, typically, you're just going to get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny. Boom. Guaranteed a minimum stock value of $40. Sell the stocks, do whatever you want, close your account. But don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. Link in the video description below. As always, guys, thanks for the support on the channel. Saturday night, big UFC fight tonight. I'm excited for that. Put out some more videos tomorrow. God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And if you're still watching the video, comment UFC in the comment section below. Maybe let me know some predictions. Y'all have a great weekend. Until next time.